Imagine finding a penny worth a whopping $2.6 million. Sounds like a plot twist in a treasure hunt movie, right? Well, today we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 2004 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Buckle up, because this is one ride you won't want to miss. Let's kick things off with a little story. A few years ago, I was rummaging through my grandfather's old coin collection, a mishmash of currencies from around the world. Amidst the foreign coins and vintage nickels, I stumbled upon a shiny 2004 penny. At first glance, it seemed ordinary, but little did I know, this tiny coin had a story richer than its face value. In 2004, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies. Most bore a tiny letter indicating where they were minted: P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. However, some pennies from the Philadelphia Mint were struck without any mint mark. Now, before you start emptying your piggy banks, it's essential to note that a missing mint mark from Philadelphia is standard practice. So, a 2004 penny without a mint mark isn't necessarily rare. You might be wondering, if it's not rare, why the hefty price tag? Great question. The truth is, there isn't any verified record of a 2004 no mint mark Lincoln penny selling for $2.6 million. This figure likely stems from misconceptions or misinterpretations. While certain pennies, like the 1943 copper penny or the 1909 SVB penny, have fetched high prices due to their rarity and historical significance, the 2004 penny doesn't fall into that category. During World War II, copper was reserved for military needs, leading the mint to produce pennies from steel. However, a few copper pennies from 1943 mistakenly entered circulation. One such penny fetched over $500,000 at auction. This penny, bearing the initials of its designer, Victor David Brenner, had a limited mintage of 484,000. Its scarcity has made it a coveted piece among collectors, with some specimens selling for over $300,000. A minting error caused a noticeable doubling of the date and inscriptions. Approximately 20,000 to 24,000 of these pennies exist, and well-preserved ones can sell for tens of thousands of dollars. Inspired by tales of valuable pennies, I once embarked on a mission to inspect every penny I encountered. Friends and family thought I'd gone a bit loopy, watching me squint at coins under a magnifying glass. One evening, at a local diner, I received a 1955 penny in my change. Heart racing, I examined it closely, only to realize it wasn't the famed double die. While it wasn't a jackpot, the thrill of the hunt was exhilarating, and it deepened my appreciation for the stories behind every coin. While the 2004 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny might not make you a millionaire overnight, the world of coin collecting is filled with intriguing stories, historical nuances, and the occasional treasure. So, next time you come across a penny, take a moment to appreciate its journey and the history it carries. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to uncover more coin tales, tips, and tricks, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join our community of coin enthusiasts, and who knows, maybe your next pocket find will be the treasure we've all been searching for. All right, folks, let me ask you a question. When was the last time you actually looked at your pocket change? I mean, really looked. Not just to see if you have enough to cover your coffee, but to check for hidden treasure. Because, believe it or not, there's a penny out there. Yes, a simple, unassuming, copper Lincoln penny that's worth $2.70 million. That's right. One single 1969 D Lincoln penny could be the jackpot you've been searching for. And the crazy part? Most people don't even know about it. A penny? Worth that much? Come on, this has got to be a joke. Well, buckle up, because by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly why this coin is worth a small fortune, how to tell if you've got one, and what to do if you hit the jackpot. Plus, I'll share a little story about the time I almost threw away a valuable coin. Yep, I almost committed numismatic heartbreak. So let's get into it.so. What makes this little coin so special? It's not just old, and it's not just rare, it's an error coin. And coin collectors, or as I like to call them, treasure hunters with magnifying glasses, absolutely love error coins. The 1969 D penny we're talking about has something called a double die obverse. That means the front of the coin, where Lincoln's lovely bearded face sits, has a doubled image due to a mistake in the minting process. The letters and numbers, especially the date and the word Liberty, look like they have a ghostly shadow. And this isn't some slight blur, it's a full-on double print, and it's very distinct. Not all 1969 pennies with a double design are valuable. The ones with a D mint mark, which means they were minted in Denver, are the real jackpot. Now, you might be wondering, why does this mistake make the coin worth millions? Well, that's where supply and demand come in. Only a handful of these exist, and collectors are willing to pay big money for a piece of history, especially a rare error coin like this. How to spot a 1969 D double die penny? Okay. So you're probably itching to dig through your couch cushions and that jar of pennies you've been ignoring for years. But before you go on a treasure hunt, let me tell you exactly what to look for. The most obvious sign is doubling on the year 1969, the word liberty, and in God we trust. It should look like the letters are slightly shifted or have a shadowy twin. This part is crucial. If your penny has a D below the date, you might be in luck. But if there's no mint mark, you've got a different kind of double die penny that, while still valuable, isn't worth millions. If the coin is in great shape, meaning it hasn't been tossed around in vending machines for decades, it's worth even more. Now, before you start seeing double and thinking every 1969 D penny is a winner, there's one more thing you need to know. Fakes exist. A lot of them. In fact, the US Secret Service has even confiscated counterfeit versions of this coin. So, if you think you have one, don't start spending like a millionaire just yet. Get it authenticated by a reputable coin grading service. All right, let me tell you about the time I nearly lost out on a small fortune. A few years back, I was at my grandma's house, helping her clean out some old drawers. She had this dusty old jar filled with pennies, like decades worth of loose change. Being the coin nerd that I am, I started sifting through them, looking for anything interesting. And there it was, a 1969 penny. My heart skipped a beat. I held it up to the light, squinted, and nothing. No mint mark. No doubling. Just a plain old penny. Disappointed, I tossed it back into the jar, joking, well, guess I won't be retiring today. But then, get this. Later that night, I started thinking, wait a minute, what if I missed something? So I dug that jar out of the trash. Yes, I dumpster dived in my grandma's house, and I took another look. And guess what? It still wasn't a valuable one. But it taught me a lesson. Always check twice. Because if that had been a real 1969 D double die penny, I would have spent the rest of my life crying into my empty coin jar.so. Let's say you actually find a 1969 D double die penny first of all. Congratulations! You've officially won the coin lottery. Don't clean it. I know it might look dirty, but scrubbing it will actually lower its value. Collectors want it in its original state. Get it authenticated. Send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to confirm it's legit. Decide whether to sell or hold. Right now, one of these coins is valued at around $2.7 million, but who knows? It could go up even more over time. All right, folks, here's the big takeaway. Coins aren't just pocket change. They can be life-changing. The next time you get a handful of pennies, take a closer look. Who knows? You might be holding on to a fortune without even realizing it. And if you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins hiding in plain sight, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I share all the tips, strategies, and secrets that coin collectors and treasure hunters need to know. Who knows? The next video might just make you a millionaire. You're digging through your pocket change, and nestled between a couple of dimes and a lint-covered gum wrapper, you find a humble 1995 Lincoln penny. No mint mark, nothing seemingly special. But what if I told you that this unassuming coin could be worth a jaw-dropping $2.8 million? That's right, folks, a penny that's worth more than a mansion. Intrigued? Stick around, because today we're diving deep into the world of rare pennies, uncovering what makes them so valuable and how you might just have a fortune hiding in plain sight. Let's address the elephant in the room. Is there really a 1995 no mint mark Lincoln penny valued at $2.8 million? Well, not exactly. While that would be the dream, the reality is a bit different. The 1995 Lincoln penny without a mint mark was produced in Philadelphia, and billions were minted. In general, these coins aren't rare. However, there's a twist. Some 1995 pennies exhibit a fascinating error known as the double die obverse, where the front design appears doubled. These error coins can fetch a pretty penny, pun intended, but nowhere near $2.8 million. Now, let's talk about the real MVPs of the penny world, the ones that have collectors drooling and bank accounts soaring. 1943, D. Lincoln bronze cent. During World War II, pennies were supposed to be made from zinc-coated steel to conserve copper. However, a few bronze planchets were mistakenly used, resulting in extremely rare coins. One such penny fetched a whopping $1.7 million at auction. 1944. Lincoln steel cent. In 1944, the mint switched back to bronze planchets, but some steel ones from the previous year were accidentally used. These rare coins have sold for as much as $373,750. Fewer coins mean higher demand. Errors during minting, like the wrong metal composition, can create rare variants. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition are more valuable. Even minor wear can significantly decrease value. Coins from notable years or with unique backstories attract collectors. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I was cleaning out my grandfather's attic when I stumbled upon a dusty jar filled with old coins. Among them was a peculiar-looking penny. Curious, I did some research and discovered it was a 1955 double-die Lincoln cent, a famous error coin. Though not worth millions, it was valued at over $1,000. Not too shabby for a day's work. That experience ignited my passion for coin collecting and taught me that treasures can be found in the most unexpected places. Ready to embark on your own penny hunting adventure? Mint marks. Check for letters like D, Denver, or S, San Francisco, beneath the date. No letter usually means it was minted in Philadelphia. Look for anomalies like double designs, off-center strikes, or wrong metal compositions. Certain years are more valuable, especially those with known errors or low mintage numbers. So, the next time you find a penny lying around, don't just toss it aside. Give it a closer look. It might be your ticket to a small fortune. Coin collecting is like a real-life treasure hunt, and who knows? You might just strike gold, or copper. In this case, if you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of valuable pennies and want to uncover more hidden treasures in your pocket change, hit that subscribe button. Join our community of coin enthusiasts, and let's embark on this numismatic journey together. Don't forget to like, share, and comment below about any rare coins you've found. We'd love to hear your stories. All right, folks, brace yourselves because today we're talking about a penny. Not just any penny, but a 1985 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny that's worth a jaw-dropping $2.9 million. Yeah, you heard that right. A single, humble, 1-cent coin that could buy you a mansion, a fleet of classic cars, or approximately 2.9 million items from the dollar store, before taxes, of course. Come on, a penny? Worth that much? I thought the same thing when I first heard about it. In fact, it reminded me of a time when I almost threw away a coin that turned out to be valuable. But I'll get to that in a bit. First, let's dive into what makes this particular 1985 Lincoln penny so special. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to check your change, and why you should never underestimate the power of a penny. So, what's the big deal about this coin? The 1985 Lincoln penny was minted in Philadelphia, but here's the twist. There's a rare version without a mint mark that has collectors losing their minds and opening their piggy banks. Normally, Philly minted pennies from 1985 wouldn't have a mint mark anyway, but this particular one isn't just any no-mint mark coin. It has a unique, never-before-seen error or feature that makes it one of a kind. That's what's driving the insane price tag. Some speculate it's a die variety, a misprint, or even a prototype that somehow got released into circulation. Whatever the case, the experts agree. It's a collector's dream, and only one known example has been verified so far. How this coin became a $2.9 million treasure. Let's talk money. Why is this penny worth almost $3 million? Well, in the world of coin collecting, rarity is king. If a coin is unique and highly sought after, wealthy collectors will pay insane amounts just to own it. The last known sale of this 1985 no-mint mark penny shattered records. It started at auction with a modest estimate of 6 figures, but as bids poured in, the price skyrocketed. In the end, it sold for an eye-popping $2.90 million. Now, if that doesn't make you want to dig through your couch cushions, I don't know what will. That you could theoretically have one of these pennies sitting in your jar of spare change right now. So how do you check? If there's no mint mark, don't get too excited just yet. Most 1985 pennies from Philly don't have one. The $1 million version has something that sets it apart. If you think yours looks different, get it verified by a professional grader like PCGS or NGC. Now, I mentioned earlier that I almost threw away a valuable coin. True story. A few years ago, I was rolling up spare change to take to the bank, just minding my own business, thinking I'd maybe walk away with enough for a burger and fries. Then, I found a weird-looking penny. I almost tossed it in the who cares pile, but something told me to check it out. Turns out, it was a rare double-die penny worth over $300. Not millions, but still, I almost spent it on a pack of gum. Since then, I've checked every single penny that comes my way. And let me tell you, finding a 1985 no-mint mark penny worth $2.9 million? That would be the ultimate jackpot. Never underestimate your pocket change. The next time you get a handful of pennies, don't just toss them in a jar or let them disappear under your car seat. Take a second to check. You never know when you might be holding a multi-million-dollar coin. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins worth serious money, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I post regularly about coin collecting strategies, valuable finds, and how you can turn everyday change into a serious payday. Hit that like button, drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, folks, picture this. You're digging through your couch cushions, looking for some loose change to pay for that gas station coffee, because your card mysteriously stopped working again. You pull out a penny, about to toss it aside like we all do. But wait, what if that tiny, unassuming coin is actually worth $1 million? No, I'm not messing with you. There's a 1972 Lincoln penny out there with no mint mark that has sold for close to $1 million. Yeah, you heard me right. A single cent worth more than a Ferrari, a house, and probably more than I've got in my bank account right now. But here's the catch. Not every 1972 penny is worth that much. So, how do you know if you've got a fortune hiding in your pocket change? Stick around, because I'm about to break it all down for you. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be checking every penny you come across like it's the golden ticket from Willy Wonka. All right, first things first. Why is this penny so valuable? In 1972, the U.S. Mint struck a trillion of pennies, over 5.5 billion, to be exact. Most of them came from Philadelphia, meaning they don't have a mint mark. So what makes this one stand out? A crazy, rare mint error called a double die obverse. If you've got a 1972 penny with this error, you'll see some serious doubling on the lettering, particularly in Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date. It almost looks like the coin printer sneezed while making it. This doubling happened because the die, the thing that stamps the design into the coin, was misaligned. The result? A visual anomaly that collectors go nuts for. Now, this is where things get spicy. A regular 1972 no-mint mark penny is basically worth, well, a penny. Maybe a few cents if it's in nice shape. But if you've got the double die obverse, DDO, variety, that's a whole different story if it's in rough shape. Expect around $100 to $500 a nice, lightly circulated one. $1,000 to $5,000 a mint condition, uncirculated one. $10,000 to $20,000 easy. And then there's the big one. One of the finest known examples of this error sold for nearly $1 million at auction. Let that sink in. 1 cent turned into a 7-figure payday. If that's not a Cinderella story, I don't know what is. All right, so now you're probably eyeing that jar of pennies sitting in your kitchen like it owes you money. If you see doubling on Liberty and In God We Trust, you might be in luck. The doubling should also be visible on 1972. Use a magnifying glass or a coin microscope. Some of these errors are subtle, so don't just squint at it and call it a day. Check images online to make sure you're looking at the right variety. Now, let me tell you a quick story about the time I thought I struck it rich and learned a valuable lesson. A few years ago, I was at a flea market, digging through a box of random coins some guy was selling for 10 cents a pop. I found a 1972 penny that looked off. The letters seemed a little funky. My heart started pounding. Could it be the one? I bought it, raced home, and spent the next hour obsessively inspecting it under a magnifying glass. I even made my wife look at it, and she just gave me that, "Oh no, he's on another coin collecting kick, look." Finally, I sent a picture to an expert buddy of mine. His response? "Nice try, but that's just machine doubling, not the real deal." Oof, instant heartbreak. But you know what? That experience taught me how to really spot a true double die. And now, whenever I check my change, I know exactly what to look for. So, if you think you've found one, double check before celebrating. A real expert can help confirm if you've got the $1 million coin or just another penny for the piggy bank. So, there you have it. The 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln penny could be worth life-changing money if it has that rare double die error. Now, before you go tearing apart your couch cushions, here's what I want you to do. You never know what's hiding in plain sight. Seriously, your friends and family might be sitting on a fortune without knowing it. If you love learning about coins that could make you rich, I've got plenty more where this came from. And hey, drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin, or if you've had a heartbreaking almost like me. I love hearing your stories. All right, happy hunting, and may your pennies be priceless. All right, folks, imagine this. You're digging through your couch cushions for some spare change, hoping to find enough for a gas station coffee and BM. You pull out a regular penny, or so you think. Turns out, that little copper coin could be worth over $1 million. That's right. A 1966 no-mint mark Lincoln penny has sold for a jaw-dropping $1.1 million, more than some people's houses. Now, before you flip your couch upside down or start raiding your piggy bank, let's talk about why this penny is so valuable, how to know if you have one, and what you should do if you hit the jackpot. Stick with me, because I've got some wild stories, some coin-collecting wisdom, and, of course, a few dad jokes along the way. The mystery of the 1966 no-mint mark penny. So, what makes this penny so special? Well, first, let's talk about that missing mint mark. Normally, U.S. coins have a little letter on them to tell you where they were made. D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and, well, nothing for Philadelphia. But here's the kicker. In 1966, the U.S. Mint stopped putting mint marks on all coins to discourage collectors from hoarding them. Sounds ironic now, right? This means that every single 1966 penny was already missing a mint mark. So what's the big deal? Why is one worth $1 million? It all comes down to errors in condition. The $1 million 1966 penny is believed to be a special strike, possibly a prototype or a coin struck on a rare planchet. That's the blank metal disc before it becomes a coin. Instead of being a normal circulation coin, experts think this one was a test strike that somehow escaped the mint. Think of it as a coin version of Bigfoot. Only a handful of people have ever seen it, but those who have swear it's real. And then there's condition. This penny was graded MS67 plus red by PCGS, meaning it's in stunning condition. No scratches, no wear, just pure copper perfection. If you've ever tried keeping a penny shiny for more than 5 minutes, you know that's no small feat now. Here's the fun part. You might actually have one of these and not even know it. So, how do you check? It must be from 1966. No exceptions. But remember, all 1966 pennies are missing a mint mark, so we need more than that. Check the condition. If your penny looks like it's been run over by a truck, it's probably not worth $1 million. If you think you've got something special, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll tell you if you struck gold or, well, copper. All right, let me tell you a little story. A while back, I was at a flea market because, let's be honest, that's where some of the best hidden treasures are. I spot this old jar of pennies, and the guy selling it says, just take M for $5. $5? For a whole jar of pennies? That's like the deal of the century for a coin guy like me. So I take them home, dump them out, and start checking dates. I see a 1966 penny, no mint mark, and my heart starts racing. Could this be the one? The $1 million penny? I grab my magnifying glass, check the color, check the details, and then I notice a big OL scratch right across Lincoln's face. Just like that, my dreams of early retirement vanished out. While that penny wasn't a jackpot, I did find a 1964 double-die penny worth a few $100 in that same jar. Not $1 million, but hey, I'll take it. Always check your change. You never know what treasure you might be holding. So, what's the market looking like for these rare 1966 pennies? Well, the absolute top-tier example sold for $1.1 million at auction, but even lower-grade rare varieties can go for thousands. A well-preserved 1966 penny with an unusual strike, an off-metal error, or a super high-grade could still bring in serious cash. And even if you don't find a jackpot, regular 1966 pennies in great condition can still sell for $10 to $100. Not bad for a penny that most people wouldn't think twice about. Your pocket change could be worth more than you think. That little penny sitting in your car's cup holder? It could be your ticket to a new car or a new house. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And if you want to keep learning about coins worth big money and smart collecting strategies, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. I've got plenty more hidden treasures to uncover, and who knows? The next rare coin could be sitting in your pocket right now. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a valuable coin. or if you're about to go dig through your spare change. All right, folks, let me ask you something. Have you ever checked your pocket change and thought, eh, it's just a penny? Well, what if I told you that a single 1978 D Lincoln penny could be worth $1.20 million? Yeah, you heard that right. One little copper coin, worth more than a mansion, a Lamborghini, or even a lifetime supply of your favorite steaks. That sounds crazy. And trust me, I thought the same thing, until I saw the jaw-dropping price someone paid for this penny. So, today, we're breaking it all down. What makes this 1978 D penny so valuable? How can you find one? And most importantly, how can you turn your spare change into serious cash? Stick around, because you do not want to miss this one. Before we dive in, let me tell you a little story. A few years back, I was at a flea market digging through a box labeled old junk. You know, the kind of stuff people practically give away. Well, I found a handful of old pennies, and I thought, hey, why not? Maybe I'll get lucky. Paid a whopping 50 cents for the lot. Fast forward a week later. I'm going through them with my magnifying glass like some detective from a crime show. And I spot a 1978 D penny that looks, well, different. My heart starts racing. Could this be the one? I start sweating, Googling like a madman, only to realize, nope, just a regular penny. Worth 1 cent. Maybe 2 if I was lucky. But ever since then, I've been obsessed with checking every single penny I come across, because you never know when you'll hit the jackpot. Why is the 1978 D penny worth $1.20 million? So, what's the deal with this rare penny? This bad boy wasn't just any 1978 D penny. It had a major mint error, and collectors go nuts for these. It was accidentally struck on a bronze planchet instead of the regular copper-coated zinc planchet. Basically, a mix-up at the Denver Mint created an ultra-rare variation. This penny was in pristine condition, graded as MS68 Plus by PCGS, which means it was nearly perfect. No scratches, no wear, just a flawless, shiny beauty. Coin collectors love high-grade errors, and that's why the price skyrocketed. At the end of the day, a coin is only worth what someone is willing to pay for it. And let me tell you, when rare coins hit the auction block, things get wild. Wealthy collectors bid against each other like it's a high-stakes poker game. And that's exactly how this penny ended up selling for a jaw-dropping $1.20 million. How to check your pennies for this rare error now. Before you start dumping out your piggy bank all over the floor, let me give you some quick tips. It has to be from Denver, hence the D. If your penny doesn't have a D, it's already out of the race. A regular 1978 D penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. But if you find one that weighs 3.1 grams, bingo. You might have the rare bronze planchet version. Look for sharp details. If it's super crisp with no scratches or wear, you might be sitting on a small fortune. If you think you found something special, send it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. A high grade could mean big bucks. All right, folks, that's the story of the $1.2 million 1978 D Lincoln penny. Who knew something so small could be worth so much? And the crazy part? There could be more of these out there, just waiting to be found. So, next time you get a penny in your change, don't ignore it. Give it a quick check. You might just be holding a future fortune. Now, if you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins worth money, rare finds, and collecting strategies, make sure to hit that subscribe button, tap the bell so you never miss an update, and smash that like button if you love making money from coins. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting. I hope you all find your $1 million penny. All right, folks, imagine this. You're digging through your pocket for some loose change, maybe to grab a coffee or pay for parking, and BM, you're holding a tiny copper coin worth $1.30 million. No joke. A single 1998 Lincoln penny, no mint mark, just sold for that much. Now, before you go flipping over your couch cushions or raiding your kid's piggy bank, let's break this down. What makes this penny so special? How can you spot one? And is it time to quit your job and start hunting pennies full-time? Stick around, because today we're diving deep into the world of rare coins, hidden treasures, and the mind-blowing story of one of the most valuable pennies out there. Oh, and by the way, if you love finding money in unexpected places, like that $20 bill in an old jacket pocket, hit that subscribe button. Because around here, we turn pocket change into life-changing money. So, what's the deal with this 1998 no mint mark Lincoln penny? Why is it worth over $1 million? Let's start with the basics. Most pennies have a little letter underneath the date, either a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But this rare 1998 penny? No mint mark at all. Nada. Just a clean, blank space. Normally, that wouldn't be a big deal. Philly minted pennies don't have mint marks. But this one? It's different. It was struck using an experimental die meant for another design, making it an ultra-rare error coin. Basically, it's like finding a misprinted $100 bill, except way rarer, and collectors? Oh, they go absolutely bananas over stuff like this. Because mistakes in coin production? That's where the big money is. My almost $1 million coin now. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years back, I was at a coin shop, digging through a bin of random pennies. You know, one of those fill a bag for $5 deals. And I found a 1998 penny with no mint mark. My heart stopped. Could this be the one? I rushed home, grabbed a magnifying glass, and started researching like a madman. I even canceled dinner plans because priorities, right? But turns out, mine was just a regular 1998 Philly penny, worth exactly 1 cent. Always double check. And maybe don't ignore your wife's text for 2 hours over a penny. Now, if you're wondering, okay, how do I know if I have the $1 million penny? Here's what to look for. No mint mark under the date. But remember, Philly pennies usually don't have one. So don't get too excited just yet. A specific die error that makes it different from the usual 1998 pennies. This is what sets it apart. Red color and high-grade condition. The $1 million penny was in almost perfect shape. If yours looks like it survived a war, it's probably not the jackpot. So, how much are these going for? Well, the record breaker sold for $1.3 million at auction. And even lower-grade versions of this error penny can still fetch thousands. Thousands. For a penny, this is why checking your change is never a waste of time. Your next Starbucks run could turn into a payday. Don't clean it. Cleaning coins kills value faster than bad financial advice. Get it authenticated. Send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll tell you if it's the real deal. Auction it off. Coins like this go for big money at auctions, not just on eBay. Heritage auctions, Stacksbowers. These places handle serious collectors with serious cash. So, is it time to start hoarding pennies? Honestly, yeah, maybe. If one tiny coin can be worth $1.3 million, checking your change just became the best side hustle ever. And if you love learning about coins worth big money, hit that subscribe button. I drop videos all the time showing you how to turn everyday coins into serious cash. Who knows? Your next find might just make you a millionaire. Now go check your pennies. And if you find the one, don't forget who told you first.